What's up, guys? My name is Richard the Mattress Pro. We're doing a brand new video today. We're going to be talking about the Stearns Foster Reserve line. Now, this is kind of a brief overview of all the mattresses, and yes, we're going to dive into each model specifically and individually. But as of now, we're talking about the Reserve as a whole and kind of discussing the pros and cons on each model. So the Stearns Foster Reserve, it's their top of the line. They have a couple different options. They have the Reserve, they have the Luxe Estate, the Studio, but this is at the very top. So this is where I get a lot of questions. A lot of people are interested in like the best that a company has to offer, and this is it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over kind of some touch points on the mattress. You know, it's not like an affiliate review. I can get access to these. I ship these nationwide and I guarantee the best price. So if you're interested in a brand new mattress, just shoot me a text. My cell phone number is up above. It's 818-720-6743. I always guarantee the best price on any mattress that you're looking for. So with the Stearns Foster, the Reserve, one thing that you're gonna get in all the models, we'll just start off with like the top, these little signature air vents. These air vents go, they're along the side of the mattress, and it's supposed to help the mattress breathe a lot. So it shouldn't retain too much heat. That's the idea behind this. Now, all the Stearns Fosters have it, but the Reserve, again, is the top line. Of course, it's going to have it. Another pro, and this is kind of as all the models, the medium, the firm, the plush pillow top, is pressure relief. So as you may or may not know, Tempur-Pedic, they merged with Stearns Foster. It's all one brand. It's Tempur Sealy International. Sealy bought out Stearns Foster. So with the top of the line mattresses, they do include a ton of that tempered foam, which could be a pro and it can also be a con, and we'll kind of discuss that as well. But a pro is pressure relief, so you're gonna sink into the mattress, it's gonna conform to your body well, it should offer you some support. So that would be a pro if you like pressure relief. Con, if you don't like, not if you don't like pressure relief, but if you don't like to be sinking in a mattress, that could be a con. Luxury look and feel. As it is one of the top of the line mattresses, they do a pretty good job in making sure the mattress looks luxurious. It has the fleur-de-lis design on the top. It has that nice blue velvet-like cover on the side, so it looks really good. And overall, just a good look and feel in my opinion. Hand tufted. There are tufts throughout this whole mattress. So all the Reserve models in the Luxe Estate, they are tufted, which means there's little ropes going throughout the whole mattress to hold everything together. I feel like they could have put more tufts in this mattress. I feel like it's more like an aesthetic thing, but I'm sure it does help out holding everything together, which is really nice because you do have a ton of material. They're like 17 inches thick. So it is gonna hold everything together. You do have micro coils in the mattress. So micro coils, these little tiny coils that are gonna conform to your body. And don't look at micro coils like a support layer because it's not what it's for. It's mainly just like a comfort layer, almost like foam or a latex, which this mattress also has. So it's supposed to just conform nicely to your body, relieve pressure points, making sure that the mattress is going to be supportive and just comfortable throughout the whole, the whole night. And hopefully to minimize motion transfer and tossing and turning, which is another good thing that this mattress has. I didn't put it here, but the transfer. You don't have a lot of transfer when you're sharing the mattress with someone. You're not gonna feel someone move on the other side of the bed because of the individually wrapped coils that they use, but in addition, all that tempered foam, like a foam mattress, you don't really feel movement on the other side. You have the Intellicoil. So the Intellicoil, it's kind of like Stearns Foster's answer to the Beautyrest triple braided pocketed coil. It's essentially 2 coils per every coil inside the mattress. They say the outer coil is more for conforming, where the inner coil is more for support. So that's kind of a big thing that the Stearns Foster mattresses use. And again, in the Luxe Estate, the Estate models, they all use the Intellicoil system. Tempur-Pedic foam, I would label that as a pro because most mattresses use a foam in their comfort layers. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna conform really nicely to your body, your shoulders, hips, Only con is, and we'll get to the cons later, but you could feel like you're trapped inside the mattress. But in addition to the tempered foam that they put, they're also going to use those microcoils, so it should make it a little easier for you to move around on the mattress. And you got latex as well. Latex comes from the sap of a rubber tree, ultra luxurious material to put into a mattress. You're gonna feel like you're sleeping on top of it versus sinking inside. However, I think that's outweighed by the Tempur-Pedic foam. You really don't feel that this mattress does have latex. It doesn't feel like it at all. So, kind of getting on to the cons, I would say tons of memory foam. You know, that could be a con. So tons of that tempered foam, what happens is, sometimes you'll notice yourself sinking inside the mattress. It's difficult to move around. There's benefits to that. However, it's not for everyone. And a problem is that could create a lot of heat. There's nothing that's able to move. You know, it's just really dense and you're sinking inside. So it's really difficult for air to move throughout the whole mattress. Sometimes it just can get really hot. And I think that is a con. Another con, I'd say the soft is really soft. Now, that's depending on how you look at it. See, if you're looking for a really soft bed, it's pretty plush, and although the foam is dense, it's still a soft mattress. So if you're not looking for a very soft feel, then this mattress is not for you. I would probably go with the firm pillow top. If it was me, if I'm gonna get one of these mattresses, I'm probably gonna do the firm pillow top, but you know, mattress reviews and everything's so subjective, you know, that soft might be the best thing for you. And when we get on the phone and talk about it, that might, you know, we'll be able to determine which one's the right option for you if you are interested in the Stearns Foster. I would say a con is it's a little bit more on the expensive side. Now, Richard the Mattress Pro offers the best prices guaranteed throughout the United States. So if you are interested, you better call me and at least see what my price is or shoot me a text, because I'd love to help save you some money. But they're not cheap. You know, this is a very premium mattress. It's a great experience, but it's not cheap, even with a great deal. Possible heat retention from foam. We touched on this a little earlier. And again, anytime you have a lot of foam in a mattress, it's gonna create a little bit more heat. I know they say, oh, we do all this stuff to make it cooler, but the reality is the more foam, the more dense it is, just less heat can really get out of the mattress. It just kind of stays in there. So if you're a warm person like me, you know, you're on the mattress, you might see yourself getting warm. So that's going to wrap up this review on the Stearns Foster Reserve, kind of the brief overview, and we'll kind of touch on each model individually because there is some differences between obviously the firm, the plush, so stay tuned for that. If you're interested in a new mattress, shoot me a text. I don't just sell Stearns Foster, I sell everything. I specialize in beauty rest. I have a ton of other brands, but shoot me a text. My cell phone number is 818-720-6743. Richard the Mattress Pro, and we're out.